it has impacts across the whole grounds, the whole event, television, players, everything. You know, over 40,000 people coming in here every day. So
Jamie Baker did not place Alexandra Eala anywhere. That single sentence is the most important thing you'll hear in this entire video, because the story being told across the internet about Eala's Wimbledon entry is not just wrong. It is structurally, institutionally, legally wrong. And the gap between what actually happened and what is being reported reveals something far more interesting than any manufactured controversy ever could.
There is competition between, it's friendly competition, but there is competition between the 4 slams.
yeah, and look, we know all the amazing attributes that we have here at Wimbledon and the championships, but at no point this place is. We haven't achieved what we've achieved by being complacent. You can never, ever, ever be complacent.
Here is what actually happened at the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club in 2026. Alexandra Maniego Eala, born May 23, 2005 in Quezon City, Philippines, entered the Wimbledon 2026 singles main draw through a system that Jamie Baker has zero authority to override. The entry system operates under a rigid 6-week freeze. 108 of the 128 singles draw positions are reserved automatically, mathematically, exclusively for players based on their official WTA ranking as of early June. At the entry cutoff, Eala held a world ranking of number 77. The threshold for direct acceptance was the top 108. Eala was inside that threshold. The system accepted her. No committee met. No phone call was made. No decision was taken. Jamie Baker, former British number 2, retired from professional tennis in 2013, now serving as head of professional tennis and tournament director at the AELTC, manages scheduling, facility logistics, and player communications. What Baker does not have is the institutional authority to bypass the WTA ranking system and hand out main draw positions. And that's when the real question surfaces. Because if Baker didn't decide Eala's entry, who actually controlled the discretionary decisions at Wimbledon 2026? The answer is championship referee Denise Parnell, not Baker. Parnell holds authority over the wildcard process. The 2026 Wimbledon wildcards were formally announced on behalf of Denise Parnell on June 16, 2026, and Alexandra Eala's name was not on that list, because Alexandra Eala did not need a wildcard. The AELTC Wildcard Committee awarded discretionary entries to Harriet Dart, to Maya Chwalinska, and for doubles to Serena Williams. Those were the actual institutional decisions made by human beings with discretionary power. Eala's entry required none of that. No committee, no discretion, no shock. But here's what most people covering this story are completely missing. To understand why the Eala narrative is being manufactured, you have to look at what actual Wimbledon controversy looks like. Maya Chwalinska is the answer. Chwalinska, a Polish player, entered the 2026 Roland Garros, ranked number 114 in the world. Then she won 9 consecutive matches on the red clay of Paris, reached the French Open final against 8th seed Mira Andreeva, and her ranking skyrocketed to number 21 in the world. Under standard Grand Slam rules, a top 25 ranking guarantees a seeded position, but because of Wimbledon's 6-week entry freeze, Chwalinska's entire 9-match French Open run was mathematically invisible to the entry system. A player ranked number 21 in the world was locked out of direct acceptance entirely. The AE Wildcard Committee was forced to step in, awarding Chwalinska a discretionary singles wildcard to prevent a top 25 player from being sent to the qualifying rounds at Roehampton. She got into the main draw. She stayed unseeded, because seedings were equally bound to that pre-freeze snapshot. That is a genuine institutional dilemma, competing regulatory frameworks producing a genuinely problematic outcome. And then there is the Tennis Kenya incident, a real benchmark for what administrative failure actually produces. In January 2026, following a late withdrawal at an ITF event in Nairobi, Tennis Kenya awarded a singles wildcard to a 21-year-old Egyptian player named Abdelkader. She was not registered with her national federation. She did not appear on any official player roster. Abdelkader stepped onto the court against world number 1026 Lorena Shadle and lost 6-0, 6-0, winning only 3 points in the entire match. The footage went viral. Tennis Kenya issued a public apology, admitting the wild card should not have been granted and that they had failed to verify basic player credentials before attempting to balance the draw. That is what real administrative controversy looks like. Alexandra Eala defeating world number 2 Elena Rybakina 7-5, 6-4 in Berlin is the opposite of that. And what happened next completely reframes the scale of this conversation, because the points that earned Eala the number 29 seed at Wimbledon 2026 didn't come from a committee room. They came from 13 matches across 20 days on grass against a field that included some of the most dangerous players on the WTA tour. Eala launched her 2026 grass campaign at the Birmingham Classic as the top seed. She defeated Priscilla Hahn 6-0, 6-2. Alina Chareva 6-2, 7-5, winning 73% of first serve points. Madanchaya Sawankayo 6-3, 6-2, winning 92% of first serve points. She survived a 3-set semifinal against Rebecca Masarova, winning 81% of second serve points while neutralizing 11 aces. Then she defeated Czech teenager Nikola Bartung 5-7, 6-3, 7-5 in the final on June 7, 2026, winning 107 total points across 3 sets to capture her second career WTA 125 singles title. From Birmingham, Eala moved to Queen's Club. She defeated veteran Zhang Shuai 6-3, 6-2. Before falling to Eva Jovic in the round of 16. Then came Berlin. In Berlin, Eala entered as a wild card and proceeded to dismantle the draw with a precision the tennis world was not prepared for. She defeated newly crowned Queen's Club champion Donna Vekic, world number 33, 7-5, 6-4, saving 12 of 14 breakpoints. Then came Elena Rybakina, world number 2, former Wimbledon champion. Eala beat her 7-5, 6-4, overcoming 13 aces from Rybakina while maintaining a 69% first serve percentage and winning 72 total points. Then world number 8, Elena Svitolina in the quarterfinals, 6-3, 6-4, converting 5 of 10 breakpoints, winning 79% of first serve points. Eala's 6th career victory against a top 10 opponent. The semifinal against eventual Berlin champion Linda Noskova ended the run, but the ranking points from Birmingham and Berlin were already banked. When injured players above Eala withdrew from the Wimbledon draw, the seeding mathematics finalized. Alexandra Eala, world number 30 as of June 22, 2026, became the provisional number 29 seed. The first Filipino singles player seeded at a Grand Slam in the Open era, and this is the detail that changes how you read everything else. The body that produced those results was breaking down in real time. After the Berlin semifinal, Eala traveled to Bad Homburg and entered both the singles draw and a doubles wildcard pairing alongside 5-time Wimbledon singles champion Venus Williams. At Bad Homburg, the physical cost became impossible to ignore. Eala took the court against world number 24 Elise Mertens, heavily taped on her left shoulder and elbow, the shoulder that drives the heavy topspin forehand that defines her game. The arm attached to the serve that Greg Rusetsky, Andrea Petkovic, and Martina Navratilova have each publicly flagged as her primary developmental vulnerability. Against Mertens, Eala won only 28% of second serve points, 3 double faults. Final score 6-3, 6-3. The kinesiology tape was not cosmetic. 13 matches in 20 days on the most physically demanding surface transition in the sport had reached its limit. And here's where the numbers stop being about tennis and start being about something much larger. Alexandra Eala has accumulated over $2.21 million in career prize money as of June 22, 2026. Wimbledon 2026 carries a historic prize fund of £64.2 million, a 20% single-year increase, the largest single-year jump in the tournament's history. The Wimbledon singles champion will earn more than £1 million above what Mira Andreeva and Alexander Zverev received for winning Roland Garros. Even a first-round exit at Wimbledon carries financial implications that would have been unimaginable for Eala 18 months ago. The corporations understood this long before the tennis establishment did. Globe Telecom signed Alexandra Eala when she was 8 years old. Babolat, Nike, the Bank of the Philippine Islands locally, and Milo followed. Nike marked Eala's 2025 Wimbledon debut by gifting her a custom hair tie shaped like a sampaguita, the national flower of the Philippines, and released a limited edition Eala-inspired apparel line. The commercial machine surrounding Eala is not responding to manufactured controversy. It is responding to verifiable performance. And behind that commercial machine is a family structure that professional sports rarely produces so visibly. Eala's mother, Rosemarie Riza Maniego Eala, won a bronze medal in the 100-meter backstroke at the 1985 Southeast Asian Games in Bangkok, recording a time of 1 minute 11.36 seconds. Riza built a career as Chief Financial Officer of Globe Telecom, one of the Philippines' largest telecommunications companies, before retiring from that role in 2024 specifically to support Alexandra's full-time transition to the professional tour. The grandfather who handed a 4-year-old a tennis racket for the first time, Roberto Bobby Maniego, started a chain of events that now ends with a seeded draw position at the All England Club. Cecil Mamiet, former world number 72, 6-time Southeast Asian Games gold medalist, the man who first met Eala when she was an 8-year-old training during Davis Cup ties, has spoken about her capacity to establish a legacy that inspires an entire generation of Southeast Asian athletes. This is the scale of what actually happened, not a shocking placement by a tournament director with no authority to place anyone. A 20-year-old from Quezon City who graduated from the Rafa Nadal Academy in Manacor, Spain, competed across 13 matches in 20 days on the most demanding surface in professional tennis, defeated the world number 2 and world number 8 in consecutive matches, and earned a seeded position at Wimbledon through a ranking system that does not respond to narratives. So here is the question that Wimbledon 2026 will answer, the one no ranking formula, no prize fund, no commercial deal, and no manufactured controversy can resolve in advance. When Alexandra Eala walks onto the grass of the All England Club as the number 29 seed, heavily taped with a serve that Martina Navratilova has flagged, and a shoulder that Bad Homburg already tested against opponents who have studied every percentage point in that Bad Homburg match sheet, does the system that got her there hold?